Good evening. Welcome back to Where the Owls Sleep. It's another Sunday Parliament session. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there before we begin. How's it going, Stocks? You had a good day?
Yeah, mate, a lovely day. Cruising back on the train from the West Country, getting ready for this, listening to a bit of football on the radio. Not bad. It's been nice.
Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. We have two other owls with us this evening, so let's get into it. Jack, how's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Back from a lovely, refreshing holiday in Portugal.
Already forgotten about now, but yeah.
Last
This
but
time
not-
last
We haven't
Sunday
forgot.
was a lot different scenario than it is now.
all change. And last but by no means least, Samir, how's it going, bro? You good?
Yes, all good. I did not come back from Portugal, so I've been here stuck in the whole time. But yeah, no, all good. Ready to talk more football.
Your time will come for holidays. We might as
Yes.
well get straight into it. As you can see, we've got done deals up on the screen. Don't think an awful lot that we spoke about last week has changed, to be honest. I can't think of much else, but we'll do a quick run through of the main Prem clubs and then move on from there. As it's in alphabetical order, let's start with Arsenal. Why not? Start at the very top. No deals completed. Looks like 6 have left: Jorginho, Neto, Sterling, Tierney, Tavernes, and Marquinhos. But what you saying, Samir? You still confident on your striker chase?
Yeah. By the sounds of it, we've still got two options, and we're just like weighing up like who's going to cost how much and who's the better fit for the squad. So yeah, looking at that, like I can't really complain. I'd rather have the two options than have no options at all. So yeah, hopefully soon because it's still early in it. I can't remember the last time Arsenal's done a deal this early in June, and I think it's like you said with all the financial fair play rules. I don't think there's going to be a lot of deals up until at least the 1st of July. So yeah, just I want I want all the signings in now, like nice and early, just before preseason. But Arsenal are never going to move quick.
Yeah. And to be fair, the window's actually closed at the minute. It reopens again tomorrow, doesn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it closed for like.
It was
6
only
days.
open for the. Yeah,
think
it was
it
only
closed.
open for the World Club Cup.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
because of the World Club Cup, they've created an extra little mini window for teams that wanted to sign players before the usual opening.
Oh, right,
But
yeah, I
it's
didn't know
only
that.
allowed to be open for a certain amount of days, so they had to close it again for like a week. I didn't open it up again.
Oh, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. I did not know that.
It makes 0 sense, but
It makes zero sense. What the hell?
yeah,
Nah.
It's good for Man City and their little structured rebuilds with all these different transfer windows. Working good for them.
yeah.
But I'm sure we'll get to that.
To be fair, while we're on it, we might as well talk Man City. They've brought in 4. And Tijani Reinders, 8 Nori, Ryan Cherky. I think this Marcus Bentinelli looks like he's. I don't know. That looks like.
Yeah, he is. He's gone.
Got Carson replacement.
Yeah, it's just going to be a goalie that kind of sits on the bench doing not an awful lot. But yeah, the other 3, like we were saying last week, absolutely ridiculous signings. To be fair, all 3 of them are going to contribute massively to them.
They're actually close to another one as well, like Norwegian wonder kid who plays in midfield.
Oh yeah. We were all after him.
Oh, they?
Yeah, we were all after him.
Everyone was after him. You know them ones that sort of every club's monitored, like every club gives them the better deal. I can't remember his name off the top of my head though, but I was very aware of him being like a wonder kid in FM when they last released the game. And
do you remember Odegaard when he was getting tours around like
that's what this
everyone
kid
when he was like 14?
Yeah, that's what this basically had. I don't think he had a tour, but I think he did. I think he went to a few training grounds, so he had something pretty similar. But he was meant to go somewhere else. I can't remember where, but it was pretty much a done deal.
Sven Naipan? Is that his name?
Yeah. he was meant to go some. I can't remember who it was, but he was meant to go somewhere, and that was pretty much a done deal. Then City dropped in and got him.
Fair
I
enough.
can't even
Fair
remember.
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's like a real on top of that's such a revamping of a midfield.
yeah,
Obviously, he's not happy with the control or lack of perhaps last season. So, yeah, big moves.
Well, Rodri and Rangers definitely bring the control back to them. And they haven't actually really spent mega money. 46
yeah. It's
on
not crazy.
Rangers, 36
Yeah,
on Nate Nori, 30 odd on Cherky. So it's not like they've gone out and splashed 80 million per player. They've actually done very good business while making their squad a lot better.
yeah. But two or three of them were probably in the last year of their contract, didn't it? So that's why, like we said last week, a few of the prices were
Pretty
pretty
cheap.
small.
When you think De Bruyne's wages off of
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
off of your expenditures, you can probably get at least a couple of them on, and still have some change left from his wages. So
yeah.
they're moving quite shrewdly.
Yeah, and
Which
they're
I
still
don't.
on the chase as well, aren't they?
I'm shocked by that because I don't know if the quote was real, but I did see a quote about Pep was saying how he didn't want a big squad. I don't know whether it's Man City, like the owners above, obviously saying "fuck it, here, take all these players," because Pep was pretty much saying, "I don't want a big squad this season."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Well, players will go like Grealish is like
Oh yeah,
off, and he's
yeah.
clearly not.
Yeah, there's talks of Bernardo Silva. There's also talks of Gundogan potentially leaving as
Oh
well.
yeah. To be fair,
Yeah,
there are
that's
some.
right. Well, no, Gunder.
What's that?
Galatasaray, I think. That's a rumor that I saw during the week.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
fair enough.
Mm.
West Ham have been looking at McAtee, thinking if they're signing all these midfielders, maybe we can get him on loan, or he's perhaps purchasable.
Well, he looked really good for the under-21s earlier for me.
You think?
Watching him.
Did you get to watch it?
Yeah, it's
We'll
not
save
like
that
he
for later.
did anything like massively wow. But you know when someone gets the ball and they just look the
Tiny.
most assured player on the
Yeah.
pitch pretty much the
Yeah.
whole game. And that was the thing with McAtee earlier. He just looked like he was the one that knew what he was doing when he
Yeah.
got the ball every single time.
But they also drew 0-0 with Slovenia.
Slovenia, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't
they're
a
good.
great.
No, but we'll get to that though. They were good. We'll get to
Spoiler
that.
alert, spoiler alert.
Jumping ahead, yeah, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah, but scrolling through the done deals, there's not an awful lot. Bournemouth have done an awful lot. We spoke about Brentford's last week. Michael Coyote at right back, very good signing. Brighton, Burnley have actually done a decent bit of business, but again, we touched on that last week. Chelsea's one's interesting because Delap, and they've also got William Esteval, who we'll get onto a bit later because he's playing for someone else in the World Cup, which is an interesting little.
I don't think they need to sign too much for that World Cup. They've got a big enough squad in it as it is.
Oh yeah, their squad's massive. They've taken someone out there that isn't even going to play.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one that was on loan at Juventus last season?
Oh him.
Something Vieira,
Yeah,
the sort of left back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they've taken him, and he's not even gonna be in the squad.
Nice holiday.
Yeah, I know. Out to the US, a little bit of travelling around in the US. Why not?
Sounds like something Jack would do.
Yeah. Sign me up. Yeah.
Yeah, and then other than that, Liverpool, the only other bit of done deals for them is Thingpom obviously came in, but then you've got that Dashvili or whatever his name is. That his name? Dashvili is actually now
the keeper from the World Cup.
Club. Yeah. So the Georgian goalie.
Nice.
They signed him last season, but
but now he's actually officially part of their squad. So they have to juggle him and Alisson somehow next season going forward. So that should be interesting.
Yeah, he's actually good as well. So
yeah.
Would you say the big sign of the week's Tottenham signing the manager? Although they signed Tell today, didn't they?
I would
It's
say
been
the
agreed
highlight
that
of the
they'll
week
take.
is Thomas Frank. That is the big talking point because we spoke quite heavily last week on Man United and Buemo, and that seems to have now put a little bit of a spanner in the works for that deal as well.
Yeah, because he's thinking about going
Sniffing around.
Tottenham.
So yeah, just scrolling through, that's probably the only other news that we didn't pick up on last week. So rather than going over old stuff, we'll just have a little bit of a chat about Thomas Frank. I think that's a fantastic appointment for them
Mm.
if they allow him to work in his way rather than it being the Levy way.
Yeah,
It could be really good, but you just don't know. He's worked in different circumstances. Gets a bit different when you get to Tottenham. I think if he wins the first few games, he'll be all right. But it's like any club these days. If you start having a wobble early doors, it's automatically tough. But I can't see how he doesn't improve that squad that's already there. I mean, he's renowned for his defensive setup. They could just him organise it alone. They could get up to like the dizzy heights of like 13th or 12th.
As soon as you started saying that
I-
sentence, I was like, "What the
I
fuck is
thought it
that
was That's so crazy. Oh,
Nah,
God, good one. You got it. You got it.
nah,
We'll live.
they got
Hmm?
look. They'll throw some money at him because otherwise, like, although he can make that squad better, it wouldn't be so thrown for him in the Champions League with what they've got. I don't think.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think they'd be a bit
I was
small.
thinking this because they must either be giving him or promising him a decent chunk of dough or actually going to say to him, we will give you a few years at this to see what you can do.
Yeah.
Because he isn't the type of manager just to transform things overnight, is he?
Oh
No.
yeah, it'll never be a quick fix. He comes in
Yeah.
and makes that team amazing and challenging for like Champions League or anything like that. He's got to have been promised something.
The bigger news is who Brentford are signing to replace him.
Keith Andrews.
Yeah, mate, and I'm a number one fucking hate watch for that guy. Can't stand it.
Now it's getting interesting. I want to hear this Keith
I
Andrews,
don't know.
Keith
Yeah.
Andrews, Jack Vaughan background.
Nah, no Bolton fan likes him. He played for us, slagged us off a few times. Actually, like, I mean, to be fair, he fucking hates us. So, yeah. He played for us right as we were basically on our downfall.
Okay.
But, yeah. So I don't really know why he hates us. Like, it's pretty ballsy, to be honest with you. But, I mean, that is a crazy appointment.
Yeah.
Crazy appointment.
Could have gone better than
Well,
that.
they like appointing within, don't they? So that's what they did for Frank, and they were going to take. They did want the assistant to go manager, but they've taken Frank's taken him to Tottenham. What's his name
Yeah.
again?
No, I can't.
Colway,
Yeah,
something like that. He's in the England staff currently as well, so he's obviously a wanted and a rated man. So I think that's what took the Frank deal a little bit longer because automatically he said, "Well, I want some of my staff." So
Yeah.
then it was just down to club negotiations of which ones he could get his hands on. I think he got the man he wanted.
Yeah. Well, this guy's coming up. They are still promoting from within, isn't they? Because apparently he's a set piece coach.
Yeah. The
So
wokest job in football.
Oh, yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard that someone gets
Yeah.
paid to be a set piece coach.
Yeah.
Well, no,
That
throw-ins
must be the-
throw-ins coach is the wokest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait,
sorry.
throw-ins don't come as under set pieces.
No, Liverpool actually signed a
Yeah.
throwing coach, and then but also just to do a massive U-turn. There was a moment, wasn't there, when they won the league under Klopp, where they actually scored from a throw-in, and then they showed the guy on. I remember it. They showed him on Sky Sports, and it came up at the bottom saying like throw-in coach, and he's on the sidelines like, thank fuck we've done something like. I've justified my season. I think they've actually got rid of them now. I think they got rid of him now.
That's blown my mind that there's actually a job as a throwing coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know. Being a season ticket holder at West Ham, I wonder what the fuck they do. because our throw-ins are genuinely. We might as well just throw it back to the other team. Just save it and just throw it back. Just throw it as far as you can down the other end, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, but I imagine that you come in as a throwing coach and you're like, guys, so number one, don't throw it to the opposition player. And everyone's like, oh, shit, right, I get it, right.
Everyone's like, don't lift your back foot up.
Yeah, right.
Play feet.
Make sure part of your front foot's on the line.
Yeah.
I imagine, right, he's got a little notepad like any of us would have at home. And he's got that full of throwing ideas. And once he showed everyone that, he's like, I'm going to go fill up the water bottles or something like that just to look busy. You know, like at work where you got to sweep up just to look busy.
All 4 of the different throwing ideas any person on this planet could possibly have.
Exactly.
Like, what the hell?
Gone crazy, man. Crazy.
Everyone's done the warm-up. We'll have the strikers. And we'll have the boys taking the throws. Who's got the longest throw? Go over with Dave. Practice how long you can get it.
That is mental. I've always thought even the set piece coach is bonkers because the Arsenal guy was getting lauded for ages.
Oh my!
And I've only seen him do about 4 or 5 different attacking set pieces, which is like, really, that must have taken you about an hour to
it's
draw.
Annoying. It's so annoying.
Does he not do?
And you're
Does he
still
not do
rubbish from
defensive
ones as well.
Yeah. So what's he doing? You can't big him up. Does he? So Sky need to change it to attacking set piece coach.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, or the ones doing defensive just getting egged as he walks out of the ground.
That is the first true transition to American football. That would be the if we get, and they'd be like, what's your background? Like, I did offensive set piece training in college. I'd be like, that's it. There's no coming back. There's no coming back from this.
No. Especially if they call it offensive rather than attack.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Crowd would be shouting, defense.
Yeah, and imagine someone coming in and being like, right, hi there, Haaland. Yeah, so I'm a penalty coach. So I watched loads of tape, and I used to coach the college team for their penalty kicks. You'd really hope Haaland's just like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Just, you are a nerd. I'm the international superstar. You're a fucking nerd. Don't speak to me ever again. If you see me at the training ground, don't even look at me. You just just bully him up until he quits.
just every time he does a little session, do the complete opposite.
Yeah. We got a team social tonight. Yeah, we do, mate. Yeah, it's gonna be quality. You're going to miss out, and it's going to be absolutely quality.
Everyone's going to keep sneaking up behind him and striding him.
Why have you got a whistle, mate? Fuck off.
Just on a little side note, Carlos Tevez has come on this Soccer Aid game, and he's playing like it's an FA Cup final. He's got a hat trick in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he just hates the English, though, doesn't he?
He's just come on and thought, you know what, I'm just going to score as many goals as humanly possible.
Yeah, I like him.
What score? Dare I ask what ridiculous score it is?
It's 4-3 England at the minute.
Yeah, so it was 4-0 10 minutes ago. Is that what you're saying?
No, 10 minutes ago it was 2-0 England, and then Tevez came on and just started scoring goals.
Did Tevez come on and they put like Jamie Theakston in goal or something?
No, Paddy. Second half, you've got to have your celeb goalie second half, ain't you? And it's Paddy.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, it's all going off at the minute. But moving on, under 21 European Championships kicked off midweek, I believe. I think it was Monday was the first game. Watched a couple of games over the last few days. Decent level, to be fair. Germany look really good. They've got a couple of good little players. Spain, as always, look quite strong. But has anybody caught any of it so far? Because it looks like it's going to be a good little core of teams in the next round.
Yeah, I watched Spain on yesterday. Yeah, and I also watched the France-Georgia game yesterday as well. Which, if anyone has seen what the result was, is fucking epic. Yeah. So
So France, Georgia 3-2, and then you
Yeah.
had Spain, Romania 2-1. Yeah, were they the 2 games?
Yeah, so Spain scored 2 in the last 5 minutes. Romania got a player sent off, so they scored 2 in the last 5 minutes. But the France-Georgia game, France went 1-0 up, then Georgia scored late on, and then they scored on like the 87th minute, Georgia to be winning 2-1. France basically were just like, nah, went straight up the pitch, scored like 90 seconds later. Then they scored on 95 minutes, but it was disallowed for offside by like truly nothing. And then France scored the winner in the 112th minute when there was 6 minutes of injury time as well.
Oh, jeez.
So some of these Georgia players, man, like I could see the faces, and I was like, you could genuinely play for the next 15 years and never have the pain of a defeat like this ever again. Like it was brutal. Like 112th minute when there was 6 minutes of injury time. But some of the Georgia players look good, seriously good, like proper. Because they've been making a play, haven't they? Like Georgia, like to try and get footballers playing, because rugby is actually their number one sport in Georgia, which is super, super rare. But yeah, some of the players look like proper ballers, like mint quality touches. Could strike a ball. The game could have been any score. It was a mental game.
Tevez is taking the piss. He's got 4 now.
Huh?
Tevez
Has
is
he?
taking the piss.
So is it 4-4 then?
Yeah. His last 2 have been a free kick from about 30 yards. And he's just taken on 4 people and slotted it in the corner.
Oh, he's taking the piss.
He scored a few at that place, hasn't he, to be fair?
He is taking the piss.
What is the under 21s on TV in this country, or have you been using channels from abroad?
I watched England earlier on Channel 4.
Channel 4, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. France Georgia was Channel 4.
All right, then I'll keep an eye on Channel 4 then.
I think it's Channel 4. I'm pretty sure I saw the other day when I was flicking through ITV4 as well. So
no, it's called 4/7 is the channel, but it's Channel 4.
Oh, okay.
It's a type of. It must be a type of channel that set piece coaches watch, because I've never heard of it.
Nah, that's the kind of channel where you get
set piece coaches.
Mate, I have insomnia. 4/7 would just have like the week's omnibus of bloody Come Dine With Me, or like they'll have Candan does Cats all fucking week.
Yeah. but actually 5 years ago, this week's roundup.
Yeah. So what was the England game like earlier on? Because I'm a bit interested, because I saw Carsley say in the week, like he said he was going to challenge the players to do even better than last time. And last time they won it without conceding a goal, and so far they conceded in the first game and have drawn the second game, so it's not going so well.
No, they were okay. Like I didn't think they played horribly bad. They just didn't move the ball quick enough. And they had Jonathan Rowe through the middle. Yeah. And he just didn't look clinical enough at all. I've heard a lot of good things about him over the last few years. He just didn't look like a striker that's going to get a hat full of goals.
Yeah.
I thought he was more of like a wing forward.
Well. Yeah, I think he looked it. He looked more of a wing.
Butlers, man.
It was sort of between him and McEntee, kind of rotated quite a bit. And it just didn't look like we had any real cutting edge. But he did it last time as well, didn't he? Because he played Gordon as a 9 pretty much the whole of the last one.
Who's the rogue old boy of the team? I didn't actually watch England today.
I don't think there's anybody who's actually that old.
Well, above 21.
No, there'll be some that are over 21, but not like. Do you know? Sometimes you've got one that's he's going to be.
Yeah, James Milner was like fucking 38 when he got his last cap.
Isn't probably the oldest will probably be the one that played for you? No, what's his name?
Who? Tino?
No, the one that played for you and went to Nottingham Forest. And
Elliot Anderson?
Anderson.
He got booked like 30 seconds into the first game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's always good for a card if you're ever looking at cards better.
Harvey Elliott as well. He just seems like he's been around for ages. Why is he still in the under-21s? Like, I know he's not going to particularly break the full squad.
So that's what I'm
but
saying.
it
That's
looks
my
like he's
shout.
been there
It's
for
got to be
ages.
Harvey Elliott.
He started at like 15.
Yeah.
He started football like almost first team at 15. So you got to think he's still young. He's probably like 22, 22.
Yeah, 22. Same birthday as me.
Yeah,
Fucking hell.
yeah, he's still young. But you can see you can tell he's got his favourites in like Harvey Elliott and McAtee.
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
really
you
see
might as well
much.
take them if they're not going to be with the full squad. You might as well take them.
No, I mean in terms of like they're gonna play full 90s. No matter how good or bad they play.
To be fair, there's quite a few of them that are 22, but there's no one over 22 years old.
Yeah.
I think the next game's Germany.
Germany.
That should be a
Tuesday or
crazy game.
Wednesday.
Is that Tuesday?
Tuesday or Wednesday, yeah, one of the two.
Okay.
So
Yeah, Wednesday it is.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting because really that means whoever wins, England kind of need to win to make sure they're through.
Yeah.
Because if Slovenia go and batter whoever else is in the group,
Czech Republic,
Czech
isn't it?
Republic,
Which
then
they possibly
could then go through over England, but it is a 5-goal swing.
Strange things happen.
Yeah.
Because Germany are currently beating Czech Republic 4-2, so Germany are through.
Do you know what? Under-21 tournaments have always been good. I don't know why. Probably because there's so much more pressure and they're allowed to just play a bit more freely, perhaps. But I always find them quite good entertainment.
Same.
It's a shame they're not more widely televised. Because I'd watch this over the other one that's on at the minute. By the way, you got the European under-21s, you've got the World Club Cup, and the the North American Gold Cup all at once.
The hell? So much more.
To be fair, I'm not even going to pretend that I knew the Gold Cup was on.
Yeah, it's the same.
I did because Alvarez is captain in Mexico and scored. That's the only reason I know.
Just checking in on the West Ham boys.
Yeah, there we go.
Might not be there longer, so I need to enjoy them when I can.
Yeah. Well, outside, it looks like Group A and Group B are pretty much sold because Group A, Spain and Italy are through already. Group B, it's Germany are through. It'll be England or Slovenia that go through, but it's going to take a big turnaround. Group C, the one that's in the balance.
I've seen a stat as well saying that Spain, who have won 2 from 2, have been winning for 9 minutes across the games.
Tournament.
Yes,
that's the type of thing they win it when they win 1-0. They win 1-0 in the final. It's like, wow, they've only been winning for 18 minutes over the entirety of the tournament, and then still win it.
Yeah.
Whereas England could be winning it for like 98% of the tournament and still like, and they've come fourth in the third and fourth playoff. You're like, how the fuck did this happen?
Like PSG and Champions League.
Anyone think Italy should maybe take some of their under-21s to the full international squad because they're struggling. They might not make the World Cup for the third time on the bands.
Yeah, they definitely should.
Bonkers. Considering they've done that and they've won a Euros in the middle of it.
I know, innit?
That is just ridiculous. They don't qualify for a World Cup, but they've won a Euros. But yeah, then you got Group C, Portugal, France, and Georgia all potentially can go through. Like Jack was saying, Georgia over the last few years seem to be producing some lovely footballers, literally out of nowhere. Even like Kvaratskhelia, who's at PSG, obviously thriving. Their goalie that's now at Liverpool, they've got another couple of players in their actual normal national team that did really well in was it the World Cup or the Euros? The Euros just gone past. They looked a decent side there, and it seems to be rolling down to the 21. So it is good to have another team on the national scene that's doing bits.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's not like a Senegal when they're about for 4 or 5 years, and then they've fall off. Hopefully, they keep the production line.
What? Then they just pop up and beat England at Wembley, yeah?
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Or the Forest Grand.
Yeah.
What I did respect about things like the under-21s and lesser known nations is that a guy got subbed on for Georgia after 5 minutes, got sent off, and then as he's getting straight red, completely unnecessary, disgusting foul for no reason when it was 1-0 as well. And then as he's going off the pitch, booting off, they're like, and he's only just come back from suspension. It's his first game back. He's been back from suspension 5 minutes for his next red card. You just think that's just fucking great, isn't it? That for me is exactly why I watch tournaments like that. I don't care about anything else, but I want to know stats like a guy has got his first red card after being back for only 5 professional minutes since his last suspension. And it was just a horrible challenge as well, totally unnecessarily. And I actually thought, well, what a fucking prick. And then when he said it, I was like, well, I guess he's just staying true to himself. And actually, I kind of take it back a little bit.
He's ordered his shirt online already. He's having that.
Mate, yeah. Yeah, it costs too much money, mate, for them fucking surnames.
Right, that's so true.
Yeah, if I'm going to buy one, I need like like an Ivory Coast, a bar, or a spring to a gay or something. But yeah, if you've got to ask Carol Vorderman to do half the name, I can't afford it.
Oh, brilliant! But yeah, it'd be good to. Well, what's the last group? Group D. We've got Denmark, Ukraine, Holland, Netherlands, and Finland, which also looks pretty tight. It'll roll down to the last day. Any one of them 4 teams could still potentially go through, which is always good to see in any tournament.
It's a stinky group, that though, isn't it? If that was a group at the Euros, you'd be like, oh, that is fucking shite group.
But I reckon you'll get some good games in there.
I think so too.
There's a lot of goals.
No, but if that was that's the first team, I think that'd be a good group.
But it seems weird that there's only 4 groups. Am I missing something here? Is there normally more groups than that in the Euros, even though it is the under-21s? It feels like we should have more than 4 groups.
But that's why sometimes though, like because England don't seem to have qualified. I'm sure they've not qualified for one of these in recent times, and I remember thinking, how? Yeah, but it must be that it's just so small then.
Yeah, just a tiny little tournament, but yeah. Right, let's move on to the other main tournament of the summer. One that I'm guessing people know a little bit less about the whys and how teams qualify and what some of these teams are. But yeah, it kicked off today, and it's the Club World Cup. At the minute on the screen, we have all the teams that are in it and where they're from. So we've got Al Hilal, Aurora Red Diamonds, Al Ain, and Ulsan HD. I can't even pretend to go. We'll go more into the teams in a little while.
Is that Lingard's team?
Who? Aurora Red Diamonds?
No, Ulsan, South Korea, isn't it? I think.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's have a look. Very, very good question to start off. I don't think it is because I did a little bit of reading and
it is in South Korea, so
his name. Oh no, he plays for FC Seoul,
which is definitely. But I think I get points for knowing Ulsan, South Korea over Seoul. I would have.
Yeah, definitely. You get 2 points for that, Jack. I'm not sure what you build up to, but you can have them anyway.
So Al Hilal, yeah. So then Japan, Al Ain. Where are they from?
Al Ain.
Imagine.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do because this is gonna cause
Saudi.
Al Ain ain't Saudi. Let's go through each group because this will
Abu Dhabi.
It'll be easier to do it this way because we'll be jumping about all over the place. So let's start with Group A, which is Al Ahly, Inter Miami, Palmeiras, and Porto.
Yeah, Inter Miami getting in simply because they have Leo Messi and tickets need to be sold.
Yeah.
I was looking into this year, and it's because USA are a host nation.
Mm.
They needed to invite a team, and it seems that I don't know if this is a made-up thing. Let me find what it's actually called first before I get it completely wrong. They won the 2024 MLS Supporters Shield, which in my head I thought, what on earth is that?
Right.
So
So the
apparently, the
supporters shield,
team that
uh,
get the most points over the regular season of the US League wins the Supporters Shield.
Mm.
but they don't win it. They win the supporters shield. You win the supporters shield and get in the first round of the playoffs, and you don't win the
Yes.
league.
So that is exact. So they were the best team in. It's basically like a team winning the Champions League group stage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So essentially, it's made up so
Yeah.
they could get Leo Messi there.
Yeah,
Pretty
Which I
much.
respect.
Yeah.
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 They
Yeah,
need,
they will.
they need all the viewers.
Well, I read an article yesterday that the Porto Ultras have all been banned. They rejected all their esters to get into America,
Oh,
so
wow.
none of them are there.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that.
Porto
I
have
don't
no
think that.
fans over there. That's a bit mad.
So all of them got, because they didn't get the. You got an S. You got to get like a. It's basically an electronic visa.
Yeah.
If you don't get it in time, that's it. Tough shit.
Mm.
And obviously, because this is quite short notice ish, I don't know if they just made the decision recently to go the ultras. All of them just got the rest as banned, as rejected. So none of them are there.
Okay.
Partly down to the fact that in the last few weeks as well, they've tightened up their visa and their arrival visa rules even more.
Yeah.
So I mean, that ain't going to help you sell tickets, is it?
No. No.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it's not the best time to be going to the States, and
Yeah.
especially
No.
No, without getting
So-
too political, with Trump being the mad bastard he is at the minute, it really doesn't help.
No.
mate, that's the politest way you could have put it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Without having getting the CIA up your jack.
Yeah.
See, you've done all right there.
I'm pretty sure that Al Ain fans are like, yeah, I'm just not even going to bother.
Yeah, could
I'm
you
not even
imagine?
going to fucking bother. I'm not even going to embarrass myself to fill in that fucking form. Just right.
That's brilliant.
Imagine that when they've got to go onto the live chat bot to be like, sorry, why was my Esther rejected? And it's like, please select location of travel, and you type in Al, and it just goes,
Nope.
no.
They didn't even get to the bit where it says, how many of these pictures have a motorbike?
Yeah.
They didn't even get that far.
They didn't get down to the stage where they're like, there's a bit of a wheel on there. Do I click it?
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah, that ain't gonna make or break their application.
Oh, right. So Al Ali is probably the team that most people won't know an awful lot about from this group, but they're the Egyptian Premier League. I think they've won like a stupid amount. I think they've won like 34 Egyptian Premier League titles and 12 African Champions Leagues. So they've qualified through the fact that they won the African Champions League in 2020 to 2001. So most of the clubs, it's based off of the last 4 years of their like coefficients tournament. So they've qualified through that means.
But they have been in the whatever the previous
version of the Club World
thing, and that was a much smaller, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
way smaller. Like they've been in that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was actually remember Zavimir Boban, the Croatian player who played for AC. This was apparently his kind of brainchild because it's kind of replacing the Confederations Cup, where he's like, "This is pointless," and there's no like stage for clubs across the world to really compete against each other.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And then, so I think it come out of a good idea.
Mm.
But then, anytime FIFA's involved, it's just turned into a money thing.
Of course.
That's right. It's a full-on tournament, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
it's not like the
Yeah.
previous version of it was.
No, it was much smaller.
I think I'm pretty sure from memory that the Champions League winner in the previous version did they not go straight in at the semi-finals?
Something like that. I think they only played 2 or 3 games to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My thought on it
might
was
not
like
even been
they're
that.
two different
So-
tournaments, no? Because
The week, they had. Sometimes you used to have one between the European and the South American champions, but then you definitely had the World Club Cup, and say like the 2 weaker federations would play each other in a round to get to the semi-finals, where you'd have South American, European,
yeah,
North American.
The one that happens in like December.
yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
that.
so it does that now not
It
exist?
doesn't exist. This is the revamped version of that.
So if Tottenham win the European Super Cup, they would have then got into that, right? Or was it that you had to win the Champions League?
It's Champions League.
It's Champions League. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just winning Champions League. That's unfair on PSG, you know, winning the first Champions League and not able to get this World Cup in
Well,
December.
they're beating Atletico Madrid
PSG
with
are
10
in it,
minutes left, so I mean they're pretty much through.
Oh,
Though.
they're winning now.
Yeah,
I mean they'll probably win it anyway, won't they? But
yeah, but they would have been in it anyway.
but you are right. You
If they
are right.
didn't win the Champions League.
So is this annual then?
No, this is going to be every 4 years.
Well, they've
So
said
it's
4
pretty
years.
harsh on PSG. Then yes, Samir's completely right. It is quite harsh on them.
They say 4 years, but apparently it's already like it's well known throughout FIFA that they want to make it 2 years, and they're already talking. Where this tournament's 32, they're already talking about upping the next one to 48.
Oh gosh, leave us alone, man.
Seriously,
With teams now, like we've just watched Bayern. Well, didn't watch it, but Bayern Munich today have smashed some part timers 10-0. What is the point of adding more teams if we've already got games like that?
they don't care.
For that team to try and get a win or
More
a goal.
teams, more money.
They
More
greedy.
If
people.
these teams are pointless teams, it's not actually going to bring any more money to it, is it? It's just
They don't care.
for the sake of chucking a name in it.
Yes, they'll say that, oh, we can bring more teams like that, and they'll just get more European teams in, because you're not supposed to have more than 2 teams from a nation. So that's why we've got Chelsea and Man City, because of their coefficients, where Liverpool have been sort of, you'd say, more noteworthy recently. But Brazil have got 4 teams.
It's not the coefficient, though, is it? Because Chelsea and Man City have both won it in the last 4 years. That's why they've gone in.
Yeah, and you got so there's 4 Brazilian teams, even though you're not supposed to have more than 2. The US have got 3. I think LAFC are only in it because another team, Leon, had to drop out because of ownership things. So yeah, it's a little bit hodgepodge, to say the least. And then they want to go up to 48.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, to be fair.
I've just seen I've just seen a picture of the Bayern Munich tifo in the ground today. And it says 10 years Bauer al-Lak, which I'm assuming is where FIFA's based in Zurich. World football is more poorly governed than before. Smash FIFA. Massive big banner. So the Germans didn't have an issue getting in, but
yeah, with their massive anti-FIFA banner.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. The purest of pure. Trump's probably like, I like what you guys tried. Let's get yourselves in there and have some fun for a couple of weeks. Have some fun in the sun. No, but yeah, you wouldn't even have to click whether there's any traffic lights or bicycles in the image on that. Like, yeah, we're assuming you're not a robot. Crack on, get yourselves in.
Yeah.
Right. Does anybody want to make group by group predictions? By the way, anybody fancy a bit of that as we're going through?
Well, what I will say is Palmeiras versus Porto tonight will be a yellow card fest. Because apparently whenever Portuguese and Brazilian teams meet, it is like a fucking bloodbath.
What time does that kick off? Because it sounds like a good opportunity.
It's
for me to watch
11 o'clock, so it's after this. But it's always a bloodbath.
Perfect. I'm going to do
Jet just sold us the game. He just sold us the game.
Well, because Portuguese teams just fucking scout the balls out of the Brazilian leagues, don't they? Anyone
they nationalise them.
Yeah, and then just fucking sign them, part own them, list them on the basic Portuguese stock exchange, and then sell them on when they get a chance. So yeah, that's always good fun. But I mean, yeah, you'd imagine Porto going to get through in that, right? Actually, no. Well, in at Miami,
I don't think they are.
You don't think?
Well,
I would personally go Palmeiras and the Egyptian team.
Well, so you don't think Messi's going to get through? You don't think the referee is going to be giving Messi under strict instructions? And also, mate, if you think Trump's, in fact, I'll tell you who's not going to. I will tell you who's not going to get through in every group. So, Trump and ICE are going to say Egyptian champs don't care. You ain't getting through. So I'll tell you who won't get through, and then I suppose that narrows down each group.
Actually, no, maybe not. Porto and El Ali. I'm saying not Palmeiras.
I'm assuming it's top two go through, or are you going to tell me it's like top three and then best finisher of fourth place or whatever, something daft?
Because you've got 8 groups, so it would be 2 from each last 16, wouldn't it? They can't drag it on any longer than that, surely.
Well, that's why I was asking the question on the basis that it just never ends.
The never-ending tournament.
Well, there's a sentiment that the Brazilian clubs actually really fancy this because they're sort of mid-season. They're sort of fresher, sharper, like physically and mentally, and the big European teams are coming off the back of long seasons, and they might be treating this as a jollies.
You must
as a bit of a slightly more intensive pre-season.
Unless, I mean, I know they don't care,
at the minute, though.
But unless they've got something like written in their contract saying you'll get $1 million each if you win it, they can't possibly be up for it unless it's something like that. Surely,
it has to be.
I find it proper weird because obviously there's certain, so the playing staff, management, all football side are going to be like, oh god, this is a pain in the ass. But in terms of like clubs, they've got to be well in for it. So like Man City,
for sure,
they desperately want to be global, sort of PSG, Real Madrid are. They need to win this. Real Madrid want to win it because, like, would they think they are the best team in the world? You could say, not playing wise, but perhaps the biggest. So they want to win it because they feel that's the stage their team should always be on. PSG wanting to go worldwide, Man City wanting to do the same. Club-wise, they're really interested, but I can imagine the European players do not give a hoot. They're probably taking some golf clubs.
If it's going to be every 2 years, like you're saying that they might be talking about it, wages are going to go even worse now. If you're signing a player and then saying, just to let you know, every other year you might have to be playing another 6-7 games for us, where we're going to make big dough from it as well. It's just another thing now, isn't it? With wages that are going to make it go even bigger.
This list looks crazy. I'm not sure how. Oh, Jack's got fan. I'm not sure how accurate this list is, but it looks like they get, in the group stage, every game they win, they get 1.4 million.
Which is actually
split that if they draw.
It's 96 million to win it, something, isn't it? That's
So
that is a big top up to the balance sheet.
Let's do a little bit of quick maths. So if you win all 3 group games, 1.4, so that's 4.2. I mean, you win 5.5 in the last round of 16. Then you win 9.6 in the quarterfinals. 15. Oh, fucked it. 15.5 mil in the semi-final, and then it says 22 mil in the final. But then it also says 29.5 mil to the winners. So you win the final, and then you win it for being winners, which is weird. So 86.
You get the supporter shield, and then 29.5 million.
Yeah. So apparently it's about 86 mil.
Bro. Yeah, I get it now. Owners are like, you better
All these teams are in it.
Yeah. Owners are like, you better flip and put everything into it. I don't give a fuck. You ain't going on no holidays.
Samir, you must be buzzing about Man City and Chelsea doing a month-long tournament before our season started. They're going to come in. They might be super sharp, but the back end of like the season, they could be playing out their arse.
Yeah,
struggling big time.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
and then we're going straight into a World Cup here as well.
Yeah. I'm fuming that they didn't take Liverpool though.
Would you not want to be part of this? Because Arsenal were the best team in Europe this year. That's what I heard.
There's no way
you deserve to be at this stage.
Nah, fuck that. It's clearly not the best because Chelsea's in there.
Oh well. Well, you could have made it then.
Nah, I didn't. There's no way my team in there.
But it is a big boost to balance sheets, and with the whole balancing of everything and making sure you're spending what you get and all those rules. Like that is a serious. It's basically like selling a youth team player for 80 odd million quid, pure profit for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
More merchandise out in the States, other countries.
Oh, the Al Hilal shirts are flying off the fucking shelf.
Hey, do you know what? If they had one of them been Sports Direct back in the day, I definitely would have snapped it up.
Yeah, so
if it was like £8, the rest of
I was thinking about it.
With Mitrovic on the back as well.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Right, so did anybody else actually make predictions on that? Did everybody else go Palmeiras and Porto?
No, I went Porto and Inter Miami. I got Porto and Inter Miami.
Nice. Well, we'll see what happens on that. Right, Group B. Some big hitters in Group B. So we've got Atletico Madrid, who have qualified for being the 6th best ranked team from the UEFA 4-year ranking. Botafogo, who have qualified through being the 2024 Copa de Libertadores winners. Paris Saint-Germain, who were the 2nd best ranked team in the 4-year ranking, not because they won the Champions League the other day. And Seattle Sounders, who are the winners of the 2022 CONCACAF Champions League. So it's a pretty solid group, to be fair, because PSG and Atletico are obviously really good teams. Botafogo are decent, and I believe the Seattle Sounders have been one of the best teams in the USA for probably the last 4 or 5 years.
Which means fuck all, though.
Yeah. Didn't mean anything.
He's all right.
Good, yeah. Wait, isn't that who Bradley Wright Phillips used to play for?
No, he was at New York, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was at New York, I think.
Fair enough.
I think he's probably still in New York.
Ofemba Martins was Seattle Sanders.
That might have been why the name rang a bell then.
Yeah, he was.
But yeah, it's an interesting little group. We had PSG play Atletico straight off the bat today. So I'm pretty sure that's still going. It's 3-0 PSG at the minute. I'm not sure if that's finished just yet.
I think PSG might have a pen as well, just to
3-0 down to 10 men.
Yeah, last time I saw it, Cavascalia got a couple of assists. So carrying on his lovely year.
Yeah, I just scored 4-0.
Our boy Vitinha got a goal as well. So
yeah, they're not letting up, are they?
No, they're just actually very good. As if we needed any more evidence, it just turns out it's very good at football.
Coutinho's just picking up trophies at the minute, isn't he? Champions League,
Yeah.
Nations League.
Hmm.
Wouldn't rule him out winning this as well. It's not a bad
Mm.
year.
Yeah. Did he play for Portugal as well then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's in the
Jesus
squad.
Christ. He literally had
Mm.
no break. Champions League final, on to the Nations League, straight into this.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Decent round.
That's crazy.
Tell you what, I will say about the Club World Cup, the caliber of the supporters, and the old school nature of the cameraman zooming into supporters in the ground, which it's been many moons since that was allowed. But because it's on DAZN, they've just gone run with it. You find a fit bird, you zoom in on that bird. And the guy's like just all over the ground, like, fuck, there's just so many.
Do you have to pay for a subscription with the Zone to watch it?
No,
I would now, to be honest with you, mate. No dramas. Yeah. Bring back fan cam. Bring just fan cam it.
Jack's cancelled Brazzers and got the Zone.
Jack ain't even watching the games anymore.
Yeah. It's like, can you have two options? Can you just have one camera that just follows Vitinha over the pitch, and then the other one is just straight to the camera? Yeah.
Jack knows the cameraman names and what number they're on for.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I just WhatsApped him saying cheers.
Cheers.
That's why do you think I'm buzzing for Palmeiras? Hey.
Oh, gosh.
He's going to be Googling cameraman apprenticeships.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you get through an Esther?
Do you reckon some of these cameramen, they're just like, right, let me have a little look why it's not me on the screen, and then all of a sudden they throw their camera up on the screen and like, oh shit, I'm cool.
Yeah. But what a goal! They're like, fuck. Just spins round.
Big two up front.
Yeah. Huge.
Well, I think this is a pretty obvious group to boys. Looks a pretty obvious group, unless someone's going to throw a spanner in the works for any of the other sides. But I think Botafogo were one of the teams that were trying to sign Ronaldo just to add him into the tournament.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Well, mate, I
Pretty
don't know if it's true, but I didn't actually look at the clip. But apparently, Mascherano said that Inter Miami were actually in for Ronaldo.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but I saw the headlines and the picture of saying that.
I think not quite Ronaldo, but I think the Middle Eastern clubs, one of them have loaned Kante so he can play in this tournament. I think.
I've seen that.
I saw rumors about that. I didn't know. Has that actually happened?
Yeah.
Oh, this is all over the place, man.
Yeah.
This is all over the place. Everyone's chasing that 86 mil.
Well, yeah, but
why would you not?
Yeah.
Everyone's chasing.
I'd chase 86 quid, mate. So 86 million.
Sure, mate. Well, that's how much I've just fucking tipped the cameraman on his own. So I need to get some of it back.
Yeah, so he signed for Al Halil and Kante.
Yeah. Both owned by by your mates, James.
The Piff Posse.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're insinuating.
Oh, yeah, because Newcastle traditionally wear that colour green, don't they, mate? YA, man.
We have always had Saudi green tops. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. See, he's had to take his tea towel off to put his headphones on, hasn't he?
How about fuck you all? How about
copying Seattle Sounders?
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that. You're right.
To be fair, it's quite a close match. I was just
you're right underneath it. Oh, that's good.
But yeah, this group is clearly just going to be it's going to be definitely now PSG top and Atletico second.
Yeah,
it looks that way
and also the way PSG play as well. End of a season, the PSG style and the quality, you just be like, can I be arsed even trying to fucking chase these young, technically skilled players around the pitch? Like, not
Midday
particularly.
Suns, midday Sun in the States.
Yeah, no
fantastic.
thanks.
Sweating your
It's
cunts
enough
off.
for me.
Yeah. Then again, I suppose you speaking of your bookings in the last one, do you reckon Diego Simeone's side against South American counterparts? I reckon that could have a few bookings as well.
Yeah, could, to be fair.
Like,
Could get a bit
what's the
heated.
bet for over 20 screams on the pitch side?
And
yeah.
obviously Spain is the next sort of link into Brazil, isn't it? It's either Portugal or Spain that most of the Brazilians go into, so it'll be a similar kind of thing.
Or Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yeah.
Fake Russian all that. But rolling into Group C.
Oh God.
Where,
this is the one for the beards.
Yeah.
This is my dream group.
Yeah.
Auckland City, Bayern Munich, Benfica, and Boca Juniors, which is quite a weird one because you've got Auckland City, who are New Zealand Premier League team, who aren't even a full-time side, and they've qualified for being the OFC Champions League winners in their 4-year ranking, who played Bayern Munich today and got absolutely terrorized. Beat 10-0, which is completely bonkers for any tournament to happen. And then obviously we've got Bayern Munich qualified because I think for the same reason.
Because they just wanted to twat some team for no apparent reason, 10-0.
Yeah, Benfica, who are the 7th best ranked eligible team from UEFA, and then Boca Juniors because they're the 2nd most eligible team from CONMEBOL. Is that how you say it? Stocky will correct me.
You're the 7th ranked team.
Yeah. Oh, so their coefficient, I believe, over the UEFA rankings, outside of the teams that have won it over the last 4 years, they're the 7th next best ranked team, apparently.
How?
No idea. I thought the same with Porto, but
They're just not, though, surely. Benfica.
Well, I said it early doors. They've properly fucking made it up just to get the teams they want in.
Definitely.
Yeah, so basically we've got 2 teams from Portugal who don't even get their stats collected by the main football stats collector in the World Club Cup through their rankings from the UEFA coefficient or whatever the way they is. They do it. They do it on some weird point system that's not the same as the coefficient.
It would be quite exciting, though, to pick the teams, wouldn't it? Like, you'd be like, who else should we pick? And you'd be like, why don't we pick, like, an amateur team from New Zealand? And you'd be like, that could be fun. That could be fun. Who else? Boca Juniors? Yeah, class. Bayern Munich? You're like, yeah. Portuguese team? Benfica? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that's it. Okay, roll on. Group D? You're like, it's just fucking...
It's awful. It is awful.
Yeah.
It is awful, man.
But you imagine that the Auckland City owner gets an email like saying, I would like to extend the invite to you for the Club World Championships. You'd be like, right, okay. Can you front load me some money? Because I can't afford hotels and travel to America. Like we're an amateur football club.
Apparently they've qualified for this 12 times though. Auckland City. But they just keep getting
qualified for what?
stage.
How could they qualify for something that's been made up 12 times?
Do you know we was talking about the Club World Cup previous, where they play that
I know.
before the semis? They keep getting knocked out of that stage. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Well, that's just shit.
Mate, semi-pros, but they're getting like the best places in the world. Like they have to take a month off annual leave from work.
Yeah.
To play against Bayern Munich, that's crazy.
Nice holidays every couple of years.
Yeah.
Crazy times. But yeah, the only amateur team in it, they don't even train. They train like 3 or 4 times a week, which is bonkers. And yeah, they've just got absolutely humped by Bayern Munich, and I don't think they're going to get any anything out of Benfica or Boca Juniors either. To be
Yeah.
honest.
I fancy Boca to go through second in this.
Why was I going to
Yeah,
say the
same.
same thing?
I would
was
say
gonna
the same.
same
To be
thing.
honest.
I'd suggest it's all going to come down to how much you pump Auckland in it. Like that, that is a brutal place to be, but essentially that's what it's going to come down to in it. And
Yeah.
especially 10-0 straight off the bat. You're like, if I was a footballer and them other teams, you'd be like, I want to get 11. I want to do 11.
I didn't watch it, but I saw a screenshot, and the Bayern Munich centre backs were like 8 yards outside of their penalty area,
Yeah, yeah.
and it was like that for much of the game. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Auckland's XG was like -50. But it was actually like 0.0.
Yeah, great. To be fair,
Yeah, it was 0.03. They had
Brilliant.
one shot, and it was on target.
How was it?
Yeah, well, look, it's a superb strike rate, really. You know,
How far out was this shot from?
That was a good question.
Let me look.
It was a kick from the goalie's hands.
Yeah.
I would like to think on
That says
Auckland, I might actually look at Auckland's FC's Twitter because you'd like to think there's someone with a bit of humour about them running that Twitter
Oh
account,
yeah.
surely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they must.
And he beat us by 10. Is that it?
Just for them to rock up to a tournament like this, there has to be a lot of humour at the club because they know they're going to be getting a humping.
I don't want some wanker that's just put goal, full stop, 7-0 high in. I want someone that's like great, unlucky deflection or something. 7-0.
Referees robbed us 10.
Yeah, it could be a tough second. It was 6-0 at half time. Or something like that.
Yeah.
It could be a tough second half, Chris.
They completed 240 passes at 74%.
Yeah, but that must have been the last 10 minutes.
Most of them must have been like the keeper throwing it out for kickoff.
Yeah. Well, you got basically 2 every kickoff, so that's 20. So 10% of the passes are basically from actually no, and the actual kickoff. So yeah, you've got about 10% of that.
It'll be interesting to see if they do actually make a game of one of these. To be fair, I might have to watch one of the games. I might go for.
I'm intrigued now.
I might go for Benfica. Is there the other team we think are going out? I want to see if they make a game of it.
Yeah,
I tell you, it would be more interesting if Bayern Munich. I mean, has any club ever won 10-0 in their first game of a group and still not gone through?
Oh, that would.
Imagine if you didn't go through. That would be
nasty work.
That would
truly
be
incredible.
Hilarious. Yeah, so if say Benfica and Boca drew and then both went and beat Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Right, lads, I've got a question. Right, you're getting pumped 10-0.
Yeah.
Right? They only committed 4 fouls.
What?
Yeah, there was no yellow cards, was there? Because
they only committed 4 fouls.
Mate,
I would be
touches the
taking
ball past
long.
me. I am hacking that motherfucker down. No chance he's burning me by like 20 yards.
I'm not taking any more of this.
Yeah, no. Just take me off. I mean, I'm knackered anyway. I'm semi-professional. Like, I'm already fucking knackered.
You'll be your own strength and conditioning, and then you're coming up against Bayern Munich.
But then I'm assuming also they must have gone to the players and said, "Oh, can I have your shirt beforehand?" And the players have just gone, "You don't foul me. You don't give me a risk of injury. You can have my fucking shirt
and the boots and
Fair.
everything else." I bet you they haven't got a throwing coach.
That would really piss me off.
I
don't even want them to have a physio, let alone a throwing coach.
The physio and the manager is the same person.
Yeah.
And he smokes heavily. And I hope he got his like initial visa rejected and they had to apply for special dispensation or something. Yeah, he had a bar fight. He had a bar fight in Austin like 25 years ago. Yeah.
I'll bet you it's the same physio kit that I had at Hayland Thirds when I first started managing. We had, I think we had KFC wet wipes, Vaseline that we put sand in ourselves, and some Hello Kitty plasters, and that's what we used to go to matches with.
His only extra addition is his own pack of soup.
Huh?
His only other addition to that is his own pack of cigarettes and a lighter.
Yeah. No, KFC.
What? Well, it's closest
You
you're going to
think
get
that's
to
a joke
sterilise.
as well to me?
Yeah.
It's literally not.
That's how we started off.
I remember my first game turning up for that side, and I was like, "You got any glass?" He was like, "Yeah," handed it over. I was like, "This has got stand in it." He was like, "Yeah, no, I'll put it there." Great, cheers, much appreciated. Why I didn't just leave at that point, I don't know.
The manager is a guy, I think I do recognise him, a guy called Stephen Corchia, and his teams he's played for are Marconi Stallions, Leicester Wolves, Sanfrecce Hiroshima, which I assume is not a great place to play football, Hiroshima, Warsaw, and then Sydney FC.
Half of them sound like rugby teams, to be fair.
Sanfrecce Hiroshima, yeah. Marconi Stallions is a superb name for a team, though.
They probably would have had a better chance in this tournament.
No, really. Well, based off the name.
Yeah.
Marconi Stallions. Marconi Stallions.
No, look at that. I agree with Jack. That's a great name.
They haven't even got a emblem when you search their name. Fantastic. Imagine they didn't. Imagine Auckland didn't have one.
Oh god.
It was just a grey square.
Yeah.
Avatar outline.
Yeah. That is it.
So they ain't got their picture on WhatsApp. We've just got a little outline.
Just a shield.
Oh,
what do you think? They're right. If someone said to you before this, like a team like Bayern Munich plays an amateur club, it should be like 20-30 nil, right?
I was thinking that. I thought.
How seriously is Bayern Munich really gonna take it?
No, I thought 10 was light. I was thinking, nah, that's not that. Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah,
way more. I'm with Jack on that one.
So Bayern Munich were 1 to 100. Were 1 to 100, so 1 to 100 on with the bookies. But in theory, they should be like 1 to 10,000 on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know bookies don't give you those odds, but like they're never going to lose that. You could play that 10,000 times; they're just never going to lose it.
Yeah, no, they never are. But it gets to a point where you're just like, yeah, there's no real point us going at 100% here.
6.5 times, probably your point, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I think the other two games they're going to give a bit more. So yeah, I'll see where you go with that one.
Tell you now, mate, Boca Juniors ain't going to let up.
Oh yeah, Boca Juniors, if they're getting smashed,
no chance, mate.
Kicking the shit out of you.
Yeah. Because as soon as you can start winning 3-0 in Argentina, you're at serious risk of harm, aren't you? You just got you don't push on because you know you're about to get 2-footed by some random cunt.
Yeah, that could get seriously bad if someone does turn up and start smashing one of these sides and they just go like how they are in their normal leagues, because some of the tackles you see in Argentina and Brazil are bonkers. Bonkers. So yeah, that could get interesting. But Group D, I'm not sure why the layout is different for this group, but it is.
Because it's a terrible group.
We've got Chelsea, who have qualified for being the winners of the Champions League in 21. Esperance de Tunis, who are a Tunisian team, best ranked eligible team from CAF 4-year ranking. Flamengo, Brazilian side, who are the 2022 Copa Libertadores winners, and Los Angeles FC, who had to beat Club Leon, who I believe are Mexicans, to get into the tournament. So they're the 4 sides. I don't really know an awful lot about most of them, apart from Chelsea, obviously, being the English side. But another interesting mix of teams. Brazil, USA, England, and Tunisia. Yeah. So it should be interesting to see what sort of Chelsea show up, because we've just seen them in the Conference League where they probably played sides of a similar quality and they played their big team pretty much throughout. So it'd be interesting to see what they do, to be fair.
Yeah, I think they're just going to put these teams to the side. I think it'll be really easy for these lot. Honestly, do. Like, there's no threat at all in this group. No threat. It should be easy. Like you said, it'll be like them when they were playing in the Conference League.
Yeah.
They've got your boy, though, haven't they? Haven't
Who?
they just signed Flamengo? Have just signed Jorginho, have they not?
Was it Flamengo? I think it was Flamengo. Yeah, I think so. Oh, that'll be
they have,
yeah. Playing against Chelsea.
I wouldn't discount the Brazilian teams so easily.
Yeah, they won't. Like, none of the Brazilian teams would be rubbish.
Yeah.
They're always going to cause a threat, but I would say more the other two teams in this league, in this group, could be pretty down.
Yeah.
Although, I think isn't Los Angeles where another one of the ex-Arsenal players play? Isn't
I was thinking Carlos Vela.
I think Giroud's there. And
Giroud's
and
Yeah,
Hugo
Giroud.
Lloris.
Who?
Hugo
Oh,
Lloris
Lloris,
plays for them as well, I think.
Oh. Yeah, but Giroud is like 40 years old now, so
Still good though.
yeah.
Against his old club as well.
Mm.
So stranger things have happened, to be fair. He could just show up. One night only. Why not?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So have Brazil got 3 teams in it then?
4.
4. Of course, yeah.
4.
Sorry, how stupid.
You're not meant to have more than 2, but they've 4.
Yeah, sound. Cool. So they've not even stretched it to 3. They've just gone, yeah, well, I've double that. That's all right.
If we're going to break the rules, we might as well break
Yeah.
it properly. Let's not just break it a little bit.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, these things happen. I suppose they couldn't have just kept loading up European clubs because it would have just been pointless. They've got a certain amount
that's
from
true.
each coefficient,
Mm.
and it's got to sort of be split in a way where you haven't got more Auckland cities in it.
I feel like you know every nation that has a qualifying team should also enter an amateur team as well. That would have been fun. I would 100% prefer to watch that.
Amateur World Club Cup.
Yeah.
Now that would be an interesting.
That would be fun.
That actually would.
Yeah.
Oh, would it not be better if New Zealand just entered their national team?
Don't think it'd be much better now.
Yeah.
Or they get to pick. They get to pick like a. Do you know you get them X11 teams from the league? They just get to pick the best players from the tournament and just put them together.
I still don't think there's much change though.
Yeah, there's probably not, but sure there's more chance.
Or why not just give Auckland City Ronaldo?
That's still not going to save him. That's still not going to save him.
But they might have got 2 shots on. They might have scored that shot on target.
Yeah, true.
Because they've like they're gonna want to make more money from this tournament. So surely, if the tournament just turned around and went right, we're paying this player's wages, we want them at the tournament, and they can go into like a little draft pick, and Auckland get the first draft pick as the amateur side.
So I think I read that they have been given the least amount of money out of anyone. Yeah, because obviously there's no standard appearance cost, which of course makes sense in a unified tournament. And their owner, I think it's 1.6 or 1.8 million, and their owner was like, "Yeah, this is like 3 times our budget for the year."
Yeah.
They'll probably spend more money in. I suppose it's easy for them though, isn't it? That they can, when they plan it, go, okay, we need to be at a hotel for this night, for this time, hotel for that, and then our final night in America will be the night after the 3rd group game. There's absolutely zero risk of having to scramble to get to the quarterfinal game or try and find a suitable hotel and accommodation for the knockout rounds.
Yeah.
Like
all you got to do is get the plane over to Vegas.
Yeah.
Just have a tear up, like good 10, 20 grand of that. We're going to go get battered, and no one speak of it when you get home.
Yeah.
Imagine though, if you manage to side like Auckland, would you not just create some new mad bastard formation just to try and concede no goals? And try and just
Wait, are you
draw
talking about
2-3
hiring a
games?
set piece coach? Because the answer to
Yeah.
that is no.
Well, they've just been given 1.6 million. They can get a set piece coach for 2 weeks. Why not?
Well, that would really upset me if they did. I'm telling you, I don't want them to have done anything like that. I want them to have been purely amateur.
I fully want one of their players or their managers to come out now in an interview and go, right, with some of these proceeds, we're going to hire a set piece coach for next season.
What I would prefer is that someone comes out and goes, yeah, it's crazy. Like, they don't even use magic sponges anymore for injuries. Like, who knew? And you're like, oh, well, that stopped about 30 years ago in professional game.
Threw us off at half time because they didn't bring us over oranges. What's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, you can get this thing called moldies, people have different boots for different conditions. Like,
what's going on here? Just rugby studs everywhere.
yeah, but I do want to have. I do sincerely hope they're just on the piss for 2 weeks. I don't want them to even properly be training or. Like,
No,
I want someone to
going
interview them and say, "Oh, because of the tournament, are you now training every day?" Then they'll be like, "No, we train 3 times a week. We're an amateur club. Like, why would we train more?"
Don't want to
We
overtrain.
was at Disneyland the other day. It's got the Mickey Mouses on.
Yeah.
Cameraman pans into the coach as the game's going on. He's like, "Oh crap!
Take
Get rid of them."
Oh, God.
But yeah, Chelsea are going through in this, aren't they? That's
Yeah, back to
It's got to be Chelsea for Mengo, innit? Surely.
Oh,
Or you going LA Galaxy?
yeah.
I reckon LA might go through in this. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Are they playing at home? That might be interesting. Have they got games in their home?
No, they haven't, because they're making up for another team, so they're not playing at home.
Oh, who was meant to be in it then?
You said it was
That Club Leon in Mexico, they lost the playoff, didn't they?
Ah, fair enough.
Oh.
Fair enough. Right.
But just to let everyone know, Benfica versus Auckland City is Friday at 5 p.m. this week.
Thanks for that, Jack. We are there.
Perfect.
We are there.
See you all in the pub, boys.
Sorry, I'm late. What score is it? 12. Oh, fucking hell. I was only
7 minutes.
part
Right. So then we now have Group E, Champions League finalists, Inter Milan, who have now. I think their new manager is Christian Shivu, isn't it?
Yeah, Christian Shivu and Kolarov's his assistant, I believe.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. And they qualified as the 4th best team from UEFA rankings. Monterrey from Mexico, winners of the 2021 CONCACAF Champions League. River Plate from Argentina, they're the best ranked eligible team from CONMEBOL. And then Aurora Red Diamonds, Japan J-League, winners of the 2022 Asian FC Champions League.
Thank fuck you did that, mate. Thank you.
Oh, good.
So they're the teams.
Did you not used to play them club badge quizzes, Jack? We used to.
I did as well, yeah. And I'm usually pretty good at them. I mean, even Inter's, like, have they just fucking
They have changed
redesigned that to make it look shitter?
Yes, they have. And there was a big, the Milan fans went crazy about it.
I'm not surprised. It's truly awful.
It's weird. They're doing similar to Newcastle's, aren't they? Because it's the old badge.
Enough green in it.
And Newcastle's current badge is too hard to put on various different types of merchandise quickly, apparently. It costs too much money.
Well, now they're going to change the whole badge.
Changing the whole badge. I actually really love the Newcastle badge as well, and it looks like they're changing
always
it
been
pretty
shit. That's crazy.
Just like the letters NUFC or something like that in a weird circle. I think that's what they're doing. It's not good.
I think in accordance in accordance with Inter's season so far, it feels like they're going to get to the final of this and then lose.
Yeah.
because they spectacularly ballsed up the league, didn't they, and came second. Lost in the final of the Champions League, so it stinks them getting to the final of this. And
Yeah, well, about a month ago they had a treble on, and they ended up
Mm.
with no trophies.
I'll be shocked if they do. Like, they've generally got an aging squad, and they play pretty solid. I think they had players in tournaments last summer. They in that heat. I'll be surprised if they could even. They might struggle to get out of the group. They may just totally have packed in, and gone, "Fuck this season."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Like,
on
I've
that.
had enough.
Yeah.
And then you've got to think of how
I'll-
mental it is that they've got to a Champions League final. They've had all of that, and then Zagi's now managing another club in this tournament, and they've got a
Yeah.
brand new management team.
really,
Yeah.
Was he not going to Saudi?
Zagi's gone to Saudi. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's at El Halal.
Yeah. Nah, it's these players, man. They're going through hell right now.
Yeah,
How are you playing? How are you playing this game after losing the league in the last day of the season, Champions League? It's just If I was one of them,
you just want it to end, right?
yeah, exactly. I just want to go on holiday, forget about it. We'll start again next season. But we got this. And then
Haven't they actually been on holiday? So anyone that wasn't in the national teams, I think they've actually been on holiday. Well, inverted commas, been on holiday. They've been given 2 weeks off if they're not in the national team, and then they've had to come back for this, and then they get another 2 or 3 weeks after that.
yeah.
Yeah, mental in it.
What a shit 2-week holiday though. You'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna let myself go. I've had a really tough season. You're like, oh no, I'm flying to America for a tournament.
Couldn't properly enjoy the all-inclusive, could you, Jack?
Yeah, exactly.
An all-inclusive having fruit every morning. Fuck that.
Yeah. you get there and your fitness guy is like, oh yeah, you've put on 3 pounds. I'm disappointed. You just be like, oh mate, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Everyone's walking along with all the cocktails and whatnot.
Yeah.
It must be so depressing, man.
But it must be so hard, like to mentally. But as we've said though, the money is sort of clubs would seriously be like, we need you to go far in this.
Yeah, 100% need to show up. I've
I
just
would
been
be
looking
shocked
into
if River-
Monterrey because they've got an awful lot of stars around their badge, and I thought it'd probably be the most decorated team I've ever seen. So basically, they've given themselves a star for every Mexican league they've won, and themselves a star for every one of their Champions League they've won as well.
Or 5 of them. What, the Copa Libertadores?
No, CONCACAF Champions League is Monterrey.
Yeah, so
They've got a star for each one of them, and a star for each time they've won the league.
Right.
Okay.
They're gonna they'll rebrand that now to like Roman numerals. See, one giant star equals 5 victories, and then
Yeah.
wouldn't be shocked if River Plate finished top of the group.
I would probably go for that's the most logical thing to happen, I reckon.
You think?
Yeah.
right, if Inter go 1-0 down after 5 minutes in the first game, they'd surely just be like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah.
Monterrey will give ourselves another star for that.
Yeah, for sure.
River Plate are like bang in the middle of their season. They're 12 games into their season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so they're up for it.
Yeah, so they're like fully on board. They're like fully ready to go. So I reckon they will top this group, followed by Inter.
Inter River Plate is the last game as well of the group.
Gentleman's agreement, yeah.
Yeah.
Gentleman's agreement in that game.
I don't think Argentinians do gentleman's agreement, by the way.
No.
I wouldn't think so.
It's they might agree to it and shake hands, but they're not going to stick to it. And I'm sure the Italian mafia boys will do a pretty similar thing.
I can see that happening.
But yeah, another interesting group, to be fair.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we've got in the next one. Group
Oh my
F.
god. Oh my god.
Anybody want to even try and guess the teams apart from the middle two? Because one of them's clear and the other one's actually got the team name on the badge.
So that's Fluminense, and the one on the right is Sundowns.
Yeah.
South Africa.
Mamelodi Sundowns from South Africa, yeah. So you have Borussia Dortmund, obviously from the Bundesliga, first best ranked eligible team from UEFA. Fluminense are the 2023 Copa Libertadores winners. Mamelodi Sundowns are the second best ranked team eligible from CAF. I'm kind of actually don't know what the long form of that is. And then Ulsan HD K League from South Korea, best ranked team eligible from the AFC 4-year ranking.
Surely you just put Orlando Pirates in this every time. I swear they seem to have played in this all the time as well, right?
Yeah, they do seem to pop up every single time, and it is a fantastic name, to be fair.
Get a Kaiser Chiefs.
Didn't know they had halftime entertainment.
Yeah. Thiago Silva's playing for Fluminense again, isn't he?
Who?
The Sun. Sorry.
Thiago Silva, did you say?
Oh, Thiago Silva.
Yeah, the centre half.
Oh, okay.
Haven't they got like that Mexican? They've got not Mexican, a really good Colombian midfielder as well.
Which one's that?
Begins with A. I think it's John Arias, I want to say.
Oh, possibly.
Pretty sure that's his name. Let's have a look.
Well, the Sundowns takes pride in its unique style of attacking play, locally dubbed shoe shine and piano, which includes a combination of quick short passes on the ground and likened to Spanish tiki-taka and total football. So on that basis, they should just, if they've managed to combine total football and tiki-taka, right, surely that they just win it.
That is it. I'm definitely all in shoe shine and piano football.
Yeah.
If there's anything I've ever wanted to do in my life is be part of shoe shine and piano football. It sounds like some kind of jazz bar in St. Louis, doesn't it?
You just know they've got a team of guys that just will not stop running. So like, you'll just be like, what the fuck? How?
Yeah, they're gonna throw a few teams off. Throw a few teams off. I can see that.
They've won the league in the past 8 years.
I can tell you the other thing I know on this, right? Every single club like that, so even at Ulsan, every single one, they'll bring someone on and they'll be like, oh, and this is the South Korean Messi. This is the South African Messi. You know, every team will. This is Abu Dhabi's Messi. You're like, what?
Yeah, everyone's got a Messi.
He's Messi. Yeah, yeah. There'll be some rascal names in that Sundowns team. Yeah. There'll be a rogue like George Clooney or something.
Yeah, I actually like this group now. I'm actually looking forward to this now.
This group is mad. This group is just mad.
It's actually mad. I'm looking out for this group.
We've also got Job Bellingham, who now plays for Borussia Dortmund.
Oh yeah, number 77.
They paid more money for Job than they did for Jude, which is bonkers. Because every time I've watched him play, he just looks like a complete passenger.
Yeah, nowhere near.
So yeah,
same ability.
Be interesting to see how he gets on there. Fair play to the lad. I can't think they've signed him for anything else other than the name, though.
And this is the thing about these tournaments and the power of Wikipedia now. Just scanning through their Wikipedia.
Who, Sundowns?
Yeah, Sundowns. Like, they went on to acquire the services of highly rated coach Stanley Screamer Shabalala. Sorry. So I thought, he must be related to the guy that scored the first goal. So it doesn't say it, I think it's just the same surname. So I'm reading. So I clicked on his Wikipedia to try and see it. So I'll scroll down to the bottom. Personal life. No, it doesn't say he's got a son playing, but it does say in March 2024 he suffered a gunshot wound, and due to complications from the injuries, passed away. What an interesting way to say you got shot to death. But yeah, just what basically one Wikipedia click out of Sundowns, you find a gunshot victim. Yeah. just what first click gunshot.
You put it that way.
First click.
Oh mate, I don't even want to make a joke. I can't even make a joke about that. I've just got to leave it.
Oh no, sorry. And also, can I just say he is actually credited with developing the shoe shining piano, which gained him the nickname, which he already has the nickname Screamer, to Mr. Shoe Shining Piano. So, R.I.P. Screamer. You know, you walked for us all to play. So,
Good luck
Mr.
clipping that,
Shoe
mate.
Shining Piano. I bet they lie in the streets. I bet Pep was there at the. Pep was there doing a guest speech.
The image in my head would get shot. It's just bonkers. Those last few paragraphs that Jack just said are just crazy.
Well, that was just one click. That's what I'm saying. I just know there's gonna be. There's gonna be mad stories throughout that.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
It's come out and I just didn't expect it. Oh, okay, all right.
So do you know what? I'm going to back them to go through on the basis of Shoe
no,
Shining Piano. I think they'll surprise a few people, won't they?
Wait, so the Sundowns, yeah, they're backed by the president of their like confederation.
And you said they've won the last 8 in a row, yeah?
They've won their last 8 league titles in a row.
Right, not remotely suspicious.
Yeah.
Not at all. Africa's richest club.
But no one can trace how or why it just miraculously happened.
No.
They lost their Champions League final on the 1st of June. So yeah, they're Africa's richest club, but they're not African champions. Which is the Egyptian side, wasn't it, from Group A?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be following Sundowns in this tournament. Yeah, so I'm backing them to get out of the group.
If all the fans are wearing shiny shoes, I'm going to be very upset. So upset.
Oh yeah, Sundowns Dortmund, 5 p.m. on Saturday. Brilliant.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm away. Oh no!
What if there's a fine for having clean boots?
Yeah. Anyone with musical talent just gets an instant trial.
They're all going to have on brogues with studs in the bottom.
And Auckland City be like, how embarrassing, even we've got boots.
I don't know. I think there might be like them plasticky shiny ones. Or boots would be like that.
Yeah, shiny as anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sundowns. I'm going to go Sundowns to win that. Spring a surprise against Dortmund.
Okay. So Sundowns to win the whole thing. Get behind them.
Yeah, fuck it. And then Pep will just have that style from like the first minute of next season, and everyone's like, "What the fuck?
Where'd you get that from?"
Yeah, and we all know it came from old Scream.
Old Screamer.
Old Screamer.
The shoe shining
piano himself.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Right, before my cheeks start hurting.
Honestly, I've been crying.
Group G. There's a little bit more that we know about this group. It's Al Ain. We've also got Juventus, Man City, and finally we have Wydad AC, who are from Morocco. So Al Ain are from UAE. They're the winners of the AFC Champions League from 2024. Juventus, eighth best ranked team from UEFA. Man City, 2023 Champions League winners. And Wydad AC are the winners of the 2022 CAF Champions League.
Again, Juventus have been pants for several years. Again, another fiddle of how they've got in this competition.
Yeah. Big question on that one.
So they're the 8th best team from however UEFA have ranked this outside of the 4 winners. So technically they're probably the 12th best team in Europe over the last 4 years is what they're saying.
No, that makes no freaking sense at all.
But then if you think about it, no teams, only applies to anybody outside of Brazil can't have more than 2 teams.
Mm.
If you take that into account, then maybe it makes a little bit more sense why some of these teams are in there. Because England have got 2 from the winners group. Real Madrid must be winners as well, which means you've only got... Wait, are Barcelona not in it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So that'll be why then. So Atletico then become the second Spanish team. And then from there, you have to pick 2 from Italy. You're going to have to pick 2 from Germany. Don't know how we've got 2 from Portugal, but we have.
Big questions on that one.
So yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any shocks in this group.
No. We don't have the sun.
I think Man City could put out the Rezzies and
Don't
get
think they will,
get
though.
through this group.
He's
All
going
right,
to use this as part of their pre-season to
definitely.
rehome this new little system. He's going to. Well, it's not a new system to us, but to them it is. They're going to. I reckon we're going to see the start of this 4-2-3-1. They're going to play next season.
To be fair, they've not had a good season, but they're going into a tournament with a load of fresh blood.
Yeah, Rodri back.
New impetus could be really good for them. I mean, fatigue-wise, if they do all right and have a good run, might set them up, get them in a bit of a feel good for next season.
I think they've and Juventus City is the last game of the group as well. So they're going to have the first 2 games, which let's be honest, they are pretty easy games. Doesn't matter how many fucking stars you put around your badge. Unfortunately,
Where are all these teams getting fucking stars from?
That's quite good.
But I mean, Al Ain can't be. I mean, how old are they as a club? I bet they can't be more than 50 years old, surely.
They're probably 2 years old. That's why they got 2 stars.
Yeah, start for every year. Oh yes, founded in 1968, so they're not even 50 years old. Oh no, sorry, terrible maths.
Slightly off.
Yeah,
that's not like you were told, Jack. But your maths is off there.
It's a football podcast, not a stats question.
And the little bit of fun fact here: Wydad is an Arabic word that means friendship or enduring love. So we have enduring love FC against Juve, Al Ain, and Man City. Not sure why you'd name
enduring love against like 3 quite clearly ruthless beasts of football. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's City and Juventus, isn't it? Whoever goes to the final game, who tops the group, but I'm assuming it doesn't really matter anyway, whether you come first or second. It's not like you get home advantage, is it? So
no, not at all. Right. Not as many jokes in that group, so let's roll on to Group H, which there's fucking loads of stars again. So we've got Real Madrid.
See Salzburg in this?
Yeah. This is the one that confuses me massively. I don't know how
there's no teams. There's no teams from, say, like Holland, but there's one from Austria.
Yeah.
It's almost like we need some of that sweet Red Bull money in there.
I was about to say, do you reckon whoever finishes highest out of the Red Bull teams gets a fucking spot in it? Mate, do you know what actually is not even funny? That it wouldn't surprise me if that actually was true.
Yeah, potentially could be, to be fair. But the other teams in it, we've got Al Hilal, winners of the 21 AFC Champions League, who have got players like Cancelo, Mitrovic, I think Ruben Neves, and Koulibaly maybe. Then Real Madrid, Champions League winners of 2022, new manager Xabi Alonso has just got in there. Red Bull Salzburg, who is somehow the 9th best ranked team eligible in the UEFA.
Oh, mate, what a load of shite.
Don't know how that is possible.
But it's not possible. It's not true, is it? It's not possible because it's not true.
Yeah. Weird. And then we've got Pachuca, who
From Mexico, them, aren't they?
Mexico.
Yeah.
2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup winners.
Now, what worries me about theirs is that they've got 7 stars at the top and 7 at the bottom. So are those stars just related to aesthetics of the badge, or is there anything behind them having 14 stars on the badge?
I reckon it's the same as the last thingy team, because the other Mexican team had their leagues and thingies around their badge, didn't they? So I reckon they've gone down the same route.
Mm.
It must be quite frustrating though if you are like
It must just be a
making.
Mexican thing.
I mean, that's pretty cool though. 7 leagues, 7 cups. They just with it. They're the only like they just refuse to not win the double. Like the guy that does their kit is like it's either the double or nothing, guys. We're a perfectly symmetrical club.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, FC's that's a joke. That. See, that's what I mean. I really hope someone like that Pachuca beats Salzburg. I don't want Salzburg to go further. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, so they've won their league 7 times.
Mm.
I can't.
Who's the other club? Sorry, in this, who's
Which one?
The other one from Saudi.
Al Halil,
oh right, yeah.
Mitrovic's team.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have thought he'd have visa issues. I thought he would have had some sort of.
Listen, first game's going to be up against Mitrovic.
Yeah.
Welcome. That should be fun for him.
Yeah.
To be fair, I reckon
Well, it's like
between
playing for
them
Real
could be
Madrid.
quite interesting
Yeah.
because they've now got Inzaghi as manager as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they've just signed N'Golo Kante.
This seems like the best. This seems like the best chance any group's got like a inverted commas minnow of getting through.
Yeah, anyone outside South America or Europe, this would be the best one.
Mm.
I mean, bar the obvious Shine and Piano, but I mean they're not really underdogs, are they? As we've clearly read, they're actually expected to win the whole thing. So, yeah,
They're going to
I'm going to
change
go
the face of football over the next few years with the Shine and Piano.
Yeah.
I reckon it is going to be them too. I reckon it's going to be Real and Al Halil.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I reckon that could be quite an interesting little thing. Well,
So-
Salzburg got a star as well, by the way. What the fuck is going on?
Salzburg to finish bottom.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because I genuinely can't figure out how the hell they've worked this out.
But then somehow in this Club World Cup, the lowest finishing Red Bull team gets to go through to the quarters or something. You're like, but there's only one, and they only got into it by being the highest ranked Red Bull team. Like,
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Red Bull will just buy another club. Whoever gets through to the quarters gets bought.
Yeah. So the Leeds might be their representative next time.
But it does make a mockery, though, doesn't it? Like this is. I mean, I don't mind random, what I would perceive as random clubs, and then you're like, oh yeah, they've won the league for the last 8 years in a row. You're like, okay, fine, but there's no rationale for Salzburg being there whatsoever. None.
This can't be coefficient. So
there's only one French club as well, then.
yeah.
One French club. No Dutch. I mean, you'd think Ajax would get shoehorned into it, but times are changing. Times are changing, aren't they? No one cares.
Okay. Looking at the list now, it makes a lot more sense. So Salzburg are actually 18th in the rankings for coefficients. So it is the overall coefficient. It's not based on Champions League. It's based on all 3 of the European competitions. So it's the coefficient points from the last 4 years. So they're 18th. That's why they've got in there. So obviously Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Chelsea, Dortmund and Milan are all in it. That then rules out Liverpool. Then you've got Porto, Atletico, Leipzig are ruled out because there's already 2 German clubs. Barcelona are ruled out because there's 2 Spanish clubs. Benfica, Juve are in. Napoli, Seville, and AC Milan are also ruled out because their countries have already got 2 clubs. And then
On the basis that this is a football podcast, maybe I should know this. Why are Chelsea in it over Liverpool?
Because Chelsea have won a Champions League in the last 4 years, and they've got
Say that again, sorry.
They've won a Champions League in the last 4 years, haven't they? I'm sure that's what it said when I went through.
Yeah, it's been.
But they've also got a much higher. They've also got a higher coefficient.
In Liverpool?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Their coefficient, it's only by 3,000 points.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's out of a million. That is fucking nothing, is it?
I've got no idea how many. What you've got.
Yeah. It's actually out of 10 million, so they've got through
24 positions in the total coefficient. I've got to go back up to Chelsea now.
Yeah, that'll be. So I'll tell you what will be next, Ryan, is that there'll be a tournament after the Premier League, and there'll be a round robin thing, and the winner of they'll each league will change it.
Yeah.
And the Premier League will see this as a chance. FIFA will sell it to the Premier League and say, don't put it on league basing or European coefficiency. Each league is allowed to have a tournament, and a winner of that mini tournament gets to go through to it.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And then the Premier League will pick the top 4. You'll win the league, but then you also go through to the Supporters fucking Shield Cup for qualification to next to World Club Championship.
Yeah, Chelsea won the Champions League in 2021.
Yeah.
That's why they're in it. So both the English clubs are in it because they've won the Champions League in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Tell you what would be semi-interesting, though, is that when it comes to like how often they actually do this, that things like finish where you finish in the Champions League each year, even if you're not going to win, like it's going to become more and more important, isn't it? If you've got a shot at 96, let's just call it 100 million every 2 or 4 years, that's a bit of a game changer, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. All clubs are going to be looking at it very differently.
Yeah, they are.
Which means that from this point now, that every English club that's qualified for Europe this season, if it is going to be 4 years, that anyone who's got into Europe this season has now got a chance of being in this next time.
No, I don't want to be in this. I don't want us to be in this. Fuck this.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not going to be in it. Don't worry about it.
We're not. I want to be in this crap, man. Oh, fuck that. I have no energy for that.
Yeah, you sound like the Inter players.
Yeah. You sound like them 2 weeks ago before the final started.
But I think it should be quite interesting seeing how this tournament goes, as it is really revamped. It's more football for all the players. It's another bloody summer tournament that actually stops the players having the summer off between the Euros and the World Cup every single time it comes around, if it's 4 years, and vice versa if it's 2 years. So bonkers.
I just think you should all take a moment after this as well just to Google Sundown's 2025 Club World Cup shirt that they brought out for the tournament. It is spectacularly rascally. So it's on JD right now for 80 quid, which is somewhat a frustrating amount of money. But
it's worth it. I was thinking about it. I think we should all get it on JD's JD as well.
Wait, no, look, watch. I'm gonna have to bring this up on the screen. This is crazy. I found one.
You're talking about the yellow one or the blue one?
The yellow one. But that is their actual 2025 Club World Cup shirt they brought out.
This. I'm gonna have to share this. Share screen. That one there. Bow.
Yeah,
that's like Bobby Dazzler.
Add to screen. Look at this bad boy.
That's cricket.
I'm going to zoom in as well. Watch this. It's not zooming. There you go. Look at this. What a horrible shirt. £140.
Nah.
Sports directors fucking mock it, don't they?
That is crazy.
That is crazy.
Maybe next week we should do the kits of the World Club Cup. I bet the Mexican teams have got some banging shirts.
Yeah.
Mate, if when we jump off, when I put 9 yellow cards on for this game that's just started and it comes in, I'll buy us all one for next week.
Yeah. You're just doing that first half, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even if you go on Sundown's actual club shop, which it genuinely looks like a scam site, it's not even got any blurb about the shirt, like what the fuck it is. It's got nothing about the shirt on there, and I really want to know what that is.
No
Put
way.
in your bank account and sort code.
Yeah.
The light blue one looks like India's 2020 cricket shirt.
It does,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
The cricket shirt.
They've got a shell suit as well, jacket, and it's giving like real Jamaica 1998 vibes as well.
You two are really fully in on this side, ain't you?
Knowing it.
Yeah.
I'm invested now.
I tell you what, next time there's an FM out, we're all gonna have to start with Sundowns and see how we get on.
Yeah, that's a shout. That's a shout. I'm all in.
I just love how Jack's been Googling Sundowns for like the last 45 minutes.
Oh, the information that's coming out.
Well, I'm the
today.
biggest fan, so I mean, I feel like I should know.
I'm a big supporter of Sundown.
Yeah, so I've just thought, what does the Ubuntu Botho, which is on the front of their shirt, which isn't on their shirt normally, is Ubuntu Botho Investments Proprietary Limited, which we all know just sounds dodgy. Yeah, Ubuntu Botho Investments Proprietary Limited. If they didn't put proprietary in, it'd just be, Ubuntu Botho Investments Limited, and they've just gone proprietary.
All I'm gonna say is, if you see me in a Sundowns tracksuit,
Yeah. Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised, because that is actually quite nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's reversible as well, by the way.
Nah, you lot are selling Sundowns to me.
You think I'm joking? I'm going to share my screen again, just one more time.
Reversible.
just for this last time, right?
Even Auckland City have stopped with the reversible shit.
Look.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, it's a bit that.
Oh yeah, that's your shade of green these days, mate.
Yeah.
Look. Come on now, let's be real.
That one.
That's a decent top.
Oh, yeah, that's
It's
nice.
the same top, just reversed inside out, Jack.
Oh, serious? Oh, right.
Come on, 2 tops for the price of 1.
Yeah, Northerners licking his lips.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Oh,
That's is mine.
See, the sad thing is, though, I've got either the choice of buying it from the official Sundown store, which makes me very nervous, or Sports Direct, completely rogue, £140. Just
it's 5,216.52 of whatever the hell that currency is.
Rand.
So yeah, whatever that figures out as.
Yeah, that reversible jacket is naughty, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like it. I genuinely quite like it. I actually might get one. Oh,
Yeah, it's £215.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah. Where is that's on their official? That's the to be fair, it's going to cost you a lot more than that when you buy it off them. But it's £215 on there. I suppose you are getting 2 jackets though.
Well,
so
I'd want 2 separate jackets for £200.
Yeah.
But then you'll have 4
t-shirts and
if it's
joggers.
reversible. Then you've got 4 jackets. That's like you boxed off over half your week of jackets. Then
They had us. They had us right up until the price.
Yeah.
They had us right
like so many things in my life.
Oh god.
Oh my god, my
Fun
cheeks
chat.
actually.
Yeah, me too.
That is mad. Right, it's time to wrap. Does anybody have anything they want to promote before we go?
I think I've done enough.
Yeah.
It's just promoting the
I've just got to send my invoice now to your Bunto Proprietary Limited, which I'm going to guess they're going to ignore and not pay, but we'll find out.
We'll just send them the link to this. Yeah, and they'll see. They'll see what you've done.
Maybe they'll sponsor us.
Yeah. You never know.
Hi, you've not paid the invoice?
I'm back again.
Yeah. Did you not get the jacket? No, I also didn't get the jacket. No.
When you get a call tomorrow morning from Mama Lodi in South Africa,
Yeah.
you'll know exactly why.
Yeah.
But hi, it's me, Mr. Shining Piano. You're like, no, motherfucker, I know you got shot on your doorstep, Screamer.
It'll be like that Ian Wright meme when the teacher comes up.
Screamer, I thought you were dead.
I don't believe Wikipedia. Don't believe that.
That might just be him. He's updated Wikipedia because there's people after him.
Yeah, Ubuntu Bento.
The proprietary company.
He's hiding.
But to be fair, though, mate, I was thinking it's the end of the football. I'm not really asked about the Club World Cup, but now 5 p.m. Saturday, Dortmund versus Sundowns.
In your reversible tracksuit top.
Yeah, when it's just scanning them before, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's going to cost me a lot of money, that, isn't it?
Wait, so it's a full tracksuit, but only the top is reversible, which is very disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I can pull that off, James. Is how I would describe that.
Of course you can.
Of course you can.
It's not what you wear; it's how you wear it, Jack.
That's the issue. I'm fully aware, so I can't stress it any clearer. We've gone full circle now, back to the black t-shirts, haven't we? We started on the black t-shirts. We've gone through all the possible scenarios you could wear as a jacket, and now just gone back to the black t-shirt. So,
yeah, that seems like a perfect place to end. We'll be back to next Sunday evening at 9:00. I will be on potentially on SpursKingsTV on Wednesday evening at 10:00 as well. So I might see you there. But if not, next Sunday. Like, share, subscribe, people.